in these kind of quantum interpretations. An example is Chopra and the whole Ayurveda, the old classical Indian holistic and other sciences. And then I'm going to talk to you about something which I think is one of the most exciting suggestions of the last years, which is the Bogdanov singularity. And yes, there are the Bogdanovs that you know. At a certain point in time, they have decided to do their PhDs, one in mathematics, one in theoretical physics. And the question they raised was the following. What happened avant le Big Bang, before the Big Bang? What happened before whatever we know? For those of you that know in physics, there's something which is called the wall of Planck. Planck is another physician, another quantum mechanic, by the way. And he came up with the fact that there would be a physical limit beyond which nothing can exist. So the smallest existing thing, according to him, has the size of 10 to the minus 43. That is 0.42 zeros and 1, right? That's what is there. So it's very, very, very small. What Planck has proven is that there's no physical life possible beyond that wall. Now, what the Bogdanovs said is that that's all nice and well, but there has to be something behind that. And if it's not physical, it has to be different. And I just give you a very simple example of the fact that space and time is, of course, not so neatly divided as we think it is. Imagine that I give you a DVD. I have a DVD there that I want to show you. I give you the DVD. Do I give you the film? No. What do you have to do if you would like to see the film? You have to play it. What do you do when you play it? You push time through it. And if you don't push the right, imagine that you play it a little bit too rapid, you don't see the movie. Imagine that you play it a little bit too slow, you don't see the movie. So you have to push the correct amount of time through that plate that I give you. And if you're able to push the correct amount of time through the plate, you're going to see a movie at your surprise. So if I give you a DVD, do I give you a film? No, I give you a potentiality. I give you the potentiality that you might see a movie, provided that you can push the time through that in a correct way. Okay? Now, so they went beyond the wall of Planck. And actually what they found there, and I'm going to shortcut it, for those of you that are French speakers, the book until now only exists in French. It's called Avant le Big Bang. It's quite an exciting book to read. But what they found out, and that is very interesting, is that beyond the wall of Planck, there would be a fifth dimension. You know that the fourth dimension is time, huh? So we have three space dimensions, 1, 2, 3, yeah? That are the three space dimensions, and then the fourth dimension is a dimension of time. They came up with a fifth dimension of space expressed in imaginary time. What is imaginary time? Recall that in mathematics, when you had to take the square root of -1, you were unable to do that, so we have invented something which is called I. And we said the square root out of -1 is I, and that were the complex numbers, or the imaginary numbers. That is what is meant with imaginary time. So there would be a fifth dimension of space expressed in imaginary time. What does that mean? That means that beyond the wall of Planck, time and space get together. Time is expressed in space, space is expressed in time. In other words, you get to the point where things are. So there are things that are. Not now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, not here, not there, they are. It's a very exciting discovery, since it would explain quite a lot if that would be true. Needless to say that this is just the beginning of a discovery. Another one that I'm not going to show you, but just to briefly tell you, we've also found out that the heart, which we a long time thought was just a pump, to pump around blood, has a completely different function on top of that, and it is kind of a sensory organ. Right? It is something which tries to create coherence in your entire body movement. Now, if you have an interest in that, just look into that website, They have nice tools, and I have them if you want to play around with them, that show you up to what degree that your body is entrained, right? Up to what degree your different organs are entangled. Since what the theory says is the more that your body is entangled, the more that your organs work correctly together, the more healthy you're going to feel. So, if I could observe your entanglement in your body, I could suggest you to pay attention and to train to become better entangled, and to get in a better heart coherence rhythm. It's very interesting. If you like that, I don't want to go too far in that. Just have a look onto these sites, right? Now, basically, and that's what I say in that interview with the Noetic Society, what then is the research agenda in management? The research agenda basically is, can we visualize something like synchronicity in management? Can we visualize how market behavior emerges? Can we visualize how the impact of one and another player is on that market? Now, that for me is an interesting research question. What are the organizing principles, and what is precisely emergence? How is it organized? How does emergence come up? How does emergence emerge? Right? What are the mechanisms behind that? What are emergent concepts in management? Very more down-to-earth, complex adaptive systems like agents, like neural networks, etc. How can they contribute to understanding management? And now, of course, the contribution of this paradigm to knowledge, learning, innovation, and to improve the understanding innovation. That's very much my research agenda. That is what I've been doing over the last 10 years. And if you have any interest in your research ProAx to do something around that, you're highly welcome to come and talk to me.